Adam's calendar was full of meetings but empty of meaning. One lonely night, he walked into a quiet diner, where Emily sat with a single cupcake, no candles, and no one to sing. Two forgotten souls, one shared birthday, and a moment that would change everything. Stay with me till the end, and if you want more stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Adam lived in a world of clocks and calendars. Every day had a meeting. Every hour had a deadline. His time was always claimed, but never shared. He forgot long ago what it meant to celebrate. Birthdays were once filled with candles and laughter. Now they were just numbers on a screen, silent reminders that joy had slipped away. What is success worth when the heart is left empty? That night, the city was wrapped in rain. Windows glowed with distant light, and Adam stepped into a small diner, not because he was hungry, but because he was tired of being alone. He sat by the glass and listened to the storm, the clatter of dishes, the soft hum of music. For once, the world seemed slower, and in that pause, he noticed her, Emily. She sat at a corner table with a single cupcake. No candles, no friends, no celebration, only her quiet presence in the middle of a busy silence. What hurts more than being forgotten is pretending it does not matter. Her phone rested on the table, dark and still. She had waited for someone to call, for someone to walk through the door, but the hours had passed and no one came. Adam watched her with an ache he could not name, because in her loneliness, he saw his own reflection. The same silence, the same emptiness, the same birthday, unmarked by love. He gathered courage and walked toward her table. "Is this seat taken?" he asked. Emily looked up, her smile faint but kind. "No one else is coming." And just like that, two strangers shared the same table, two forgotten hearts, sitting together in the glow of a small diner. Sometimes, the people we are meant to find are the ones we never planned to meet. Their words began with the rain outside, with the comfort of coffee cups warming their hands, with stories of nights that felt too heavy when silence pressed harder than sound. And slowly, their truths came forward. Adam admitted he had not celebrated his birthday in years, that he no longer believed in candles or wishes, that life had taught him birthdays were nothing more than passing dates. Emily confessed the night belonged to her too, that her friends had promised to remember, but promises are fragile when the world forgets. They both laughed softly at the coincidence, but beneath the laughter, there was pain, because two lives, broken in different ways, had somehow arrived at the same place. Loneliness is lighter when carried by two. The rain outside grew heavier, yet the diner felt warmer. Something invisible connected them. A shared silence, a mutual ache, a comfort neither of them expected. They did not need grand speeches. They only needed presence, the feeling of being seen, of not being invisible. On the night that should have mattered most, Adam's eyes softened. Emily's smile returned. For the first time in years, their birthdays no longer felt like an empty echo. Even on forgotten days, the heart still hopes for someone to stay. And so, in the quiet corner of a diner, two strangers began to rewrite their story, not with balloons or music, but with something far gentler, the knowledge that they were not alone anymore. The diner lights glowed, gentle and warm. Outside, the rain drummed steady against the glass. Two strangers sat together, their words soft, their silence softer. Time slipped without notice. It was no longer about the clock. It was about presence, about the rare comfort of being seen. The waiter walked by with a tray and paused at their table. He noticed the untouched cupcake, and without asking, he placed a single candle beside it. Only one, small and ordinary. Yet in that moment, it felt like more than enough. Emily blinked at the candle. Her lips parted, but no words came. Adam looked at her, then at the flame waiting to be lit. Sometimes, the smallest flame can carry the heaviest hope. Emily reached into her bag and found a lighter. Her hands trembled as she touched fire to wick. A tiny glow sparked into life. The candle flickered. Shadows danced across their faces, and suddenly, the diner felt like a sanctuary. Adam smiled faintly. "Do we share it?" he asked. Emily tilted her head. The sadness in her eyes softened. Maybe that's how it was meant to be. They leaned closer, both hearts whispering the same quiet wish. And together, On the count of 3, they blew out the candle. The flame vanished into smoke. But what remained was not emptiness. It was connection. It was memory being made. It was proof that forgotten nights could still be remembered by someone. 2 strangers, 1 wish, 1 breath, a moment the universe wrote in silence. They laughed softly at the act, not because it was funny, but because it felt unreal. That something so simple could feel so important, that a single candle could hold more meaning than 1,000 lights ever had. Emily leaned back in her chair, her smile brighter now. "You know," she said, "no one has ever blown a candle with me like that." Adam looked down for a moment, then met her gaze. "Me neither." For years, he believed birthdays were pointless, but now, in this quiet diner with a girl he had just met, it felt like he had been wrong all along. Sometimes, what we stop believing in waits for us to return. Their conversation grew deeper. They spoke of dreams they once had, of people who left, of promises broken, of how loneliness can become normal if we let it. But they also spoke of hope, the kind that hides in small gestures, the kind that appears in unexpected places, like a candle shared by 2 souls who were never supposed to meet. The rain outside slowed to a drizzle. The streets reflected the glow of neon signs, and inside the diner, Adam and Emily built a fragile bridge of words and silence. Emily's voice softened. "I thought tonight would be the worst birthday of my life," Adam replied quietly, "and I thought mine would pass without notice again." They both smiled at the irony. Life has a way of surprising us when we are sure it will not. The cupcake between them no longer looked sad. It looked like a gift, because it carried a memory now. A memory they would both carry long after the night ended. Adam gently pushed the plate toward her. "Make a wish for next year," he said. Emily shook her head. "You first." But then she paused and added softly, "Maybe we wish together again." And so they did. Eyes closed, hearts open, they let silence speak for them. 2 silent wishes sent into the world. The quietest wishes are often the ones that matter most. When they opened their eyes, the world had not changed. The diner was still quiet. The rain still whispered outside. But inside them, something had shifted. Something had begun. 2 forgotten birthdays had found each other. And in doing so, they had found a reason to remember again. The rain had slowed to a whisper. The city outside the diner glowed with wet reflections. Adam and Emily rose from their table. 2 strangers, no longer strangers. 2 forgotten souls, no longer forgotten. They stepped into the night together. The air cool, the streets quiet. Yet inside both hearts, a gentle warmth spread. A warmth they had not felt in years. Sometimes, the night we expect to be the loneliest becomes the night we remember forever. Adam walked beside Emily, without hurry. For once, time did not press against him. He was not counting minutes. He was living them, and she was living them too. They stopped at the corner where their paths would part. There was hesitation in their eyes, but also promise. A promise unspoken, yet deeply felt. Emily smiled. "Thank you for tonight." Her voice carried relief and gratitude. "Thank you for remembering me, even when no one else did." Adam answered softly. "You reminded me too." His words lingered in the quiet air, more true than anything he had said in years. What we give to others often returns to us in ways we never expect. The rain left a silver shine on the pavement. The city hummed with distant life. Yet between them, there was peace, the kind of peace found only when loneliness finally breaks. They did not promise forever. They did not speak of destiny, but they promised one simple thing, that next year, when this day returned, neither would face it alone. Some promises are small in words, but endless in meaning. With a final smile, they parted. 2 lives, touched by 1 candle. 2 hearts, no longer invisible. 2 birthdays, no longer forgotten. And though the night grew quiet again, something had changed. Because from that moment forward, Adam and Emily carried more than a memory. They carried a reason to believe in days worth celebrating. Thank you for listening to this gentle story. If it touched your heart, stay with us for more moments like this. Subscribe for more soft tales of love and hope, and let us know in the comments where you are watching from tonight, because stories feel warmer when shared.